a little box with Hypnotized Doll, it says. So what does that mean? Put it on the table and hypnotise it. Oh! How did you do that? It didn't fall over immediately, just suddenly. Well, have a look at inside. See the instructions. This is with the doll upside down, and all the sand is falling into the head, the small bit, the small circle. It's completely concentric with the centre of gravity. When you tip it sideways, as I'm tipping sideways there, it ends up like that, and all the sand falls down into this side of the body, of the little tummy, and therefore it brings the centre of gravity over the tipping point. So providing you leave it like that, which you can't of course, it won't fall down. When it's this way, it'll fall down, and now it's been there some time, so it tips over. So you just hold it like that for 10 seconds, tip it up, so invert it, the sand falls down, and after a surprising few seconds, it falls down. Obey your wishes. It will be going to sleep. Well, so it says. So a very clever little toy that's been out for really quite a few years. It ought to come back into the shop again because it's such a clever hidden toy. These are toys I bought about 20 years ago, I think, 2006. And getting them out again because they're such fun. These are much easier things to take up. It's a house which is in an earthquake, so it's going to tip over. That's a clockwork motor. Let go and go. Goodness me, have you ever done that before? Yes, it's got a little motor inside, an eccentric weight, and when I pull this, it rattles into it upside down, as if it's in an earthquake or there's a hurricane. Whoa! Imagine a house doing that. Goodness me. This is a very clever little bit of artwork. It's a chap who likes things. It's lenticulation here, so as I tilt this, it changes its thing. And it's changing from rhythm to melody. Very nice indeed. Just a little bit of movement, and it completely changes the letters from rhythm to melody or back to rhythm again. So a very nicely designed piece of work by an American artist. And I think that's superbly done. I was in Belgium once. I went to a card shop and discovered an extraordinary card. It was in a grey colour. It was to wish people a happy divorce. Oh dear, oh dear. Is that tasteful? Well, it depends on how frank people are, I suppose, with each other. But there we are. I've never seen carton fabrique. I've never seen one which wishes you a happy divorce. I suppose if you've had a bit of a time, if you're with a partner, it's best to be separated. I don't know. It's clever on that man. This is something that puzzles me. I'm not quite sure as to what to make of it. It's a ballpoint pen. This bit here comes undone. What I like about it is the extraordinary angle. It comes down here, goes to a thing. That's a clip that goes on the side, but when you hold it in your hand, it's somehow more satisfying and easier to be able to tilt and write with it. Whereas normally, when you're holding a pencil, it's either too tilted or too untilted. It's an extraordinary idea, which they say is much easier for some people to write with than a straightforward normal one. So I've got to try this on a few friends, perhaps if they've got difficulty holding holding things, see if they can use it. But it's like that right away, and it's because I think the actual board is closer to that, to be completely vertical. It makes it easier to write with. It's got some good purpose for people that like to pay attention, and it's called your open pen. Well, I don't know. It's a thing that caught my eye, and I thought, well, I want to ask people what they think of it and see whether it works for them as well. This is a superb bit of engineering from a German company, and it does something quite extraordinary. You won't quite believe what's going to happen to it. This is called a wobbler, which a friend of mine invented at Flowerday. And what you do at a dinner party is, can you pass the salt or pepper, they say? Well, here it is. You don't pass that, you wobble it across the table. They say, well, where's salt and pepper? You say, it's in there. So you ask them to pull it apart and salt, pepper. So they put some in. Yes, that's right. But inside, you don't do it like that incidentally, you do it at right angles. And then it stays rather like a cylinder. It rolls across the table, a flat surface, with a centre of gravity at the same height. So a wonderful condiment set, but made for geometrists, I suppose you call them. So there we are, some of the stuff that I picked up in 2024, I think it was, 2024, which are definitely out of the usual, and I've enjoyed showing these to people for the last 2 decades. Oh.